Shalom, Kohaloyim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. This video was just going to simply be from a topic that I was thinking about. Maybe I was watching a video and a brother said it, maybe, not sure. Either way, I wrote it down, and that's what you got to do. You got to write down these topics as soon as they come to mind so that you don't lose them. Next thing you know, you sitting there asking the Lord for a video topic, and he didn't give you already 3-4 in that week, but you didn't write anything down. Now you forgot it. So you got to write these things down ASAP. That shows that you care. You put in effort. But anyway, I wrote this down maybe a week ago. So I wanted to put it to wax right now. And as you can see, it's just basically as the world gets worse and worse, the elect are getting better, the elect are getting stronger, something like that. And that's 100% true, and you have to believe that. So we're going to start here first in Matthew 24, verse 12. It says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." Wax cold meaning it's going to get worse and worse. The pure love that people had towards one another, that genuine, sincere spirit, it's already gone. It's fading away faster than it ever was before. And watch when people's pockets are affected to an even greater scale. Like right now, we talk about hyperinflation, and we talk about what these tariffs are going to do, but as of right now, it's just talk. We're going to see people really go crazy and act buck wild and have that beastly-like nature come out, where they're just lawless and they do whatever they feel like they need to do to survive. So things are going to get worse, and the world is going to get worse. Let me show one more precept just indicating that same thing. This is 2 Ezra 16, verses 37 through 39. It says, "Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in her 9th month bringeth forth her son. With 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. And the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side." So just like how those birth pains begin to come harder and they hurt more, and those contractions, the length between each of them becomes shorter and shorter up until, of course, the child is born. That's how it's going to be concerning these plagues, these different prophecies that are going to continue coming to pass. They're going to come harder. They're going to come with more depth. It's going to really make people mourn the way it says in verse 39. "Sorrows shall come upon it on every side, and the world is going to mourn." So the world is going to get worse. People are going to wax colder and get worse and worse. But at the same exact time, the Lord has the elect getting stronger, increasing in faith. He has our spirits being built up. He's cleansing and getting that dross off of us. And I say that humbly, right? But we're putting on as the elect. So I say humbly that he has us getting better and better and stronger in the spirit, so that when Jacob's trouble does come around, in our minds, we've already rehearsed that time, and we're spiritually and mentally prepared for it, because you can't prepare for it physically. There is no amount of training that you can do at the gun range or at your MMA gym. There's no amount of stockpiling up for food that you can have in your cupboards that's going to save you and preserve you in the time of Jacob's trouble. No. You're going to survive because you've been built up spiritually and your faith has increased in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. But that process starts now. While the world waxes worse, we get better. So first, how does that happen? This is 1 Corinthians, if I can get to it. 12 and verse 32. I like going here. 11 and 32. Here we go. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world. So first of all, it happens through the experiences and the trials that the Lord puts us through. Remember, we're not just going through things on a day-to-day basis and it's just random. We're just going through these random occurrences, whatever transpires that day. No, the Lord already has a very specific lot for each and every single one of us. And we all have our individual walks, and the experiences that you go through, the Lord has placed in front of you so that ultimately, in the end, you can receive salvation. But building up to it, we have to get through Jacob's trouble. And the Bible calls that a time like never was nor shall be. So the Lord puts a hurdle in front of you right now, aka your trial or tribulation. Then when you get over it, you now have spiritual gifts that have been acquired. You've increased in faith. You've increased in the fear of the Lord. You've learned to pray when X, Y, and Z happens, right? You became more humble concerning a particular situation, whatever it may be, right? When we are judged, that's those trials that happens to us. But it's happening in the form of chastisement, and chastisement happens to make you better. Chastisement happens for your own benefit. The Lord is doing that for us right now, even though it may not feel good, whatever we may be individually going through, but the Lord is doing that to make us better and to prepare us for Jacob's trouble. That's how we're getting better while the world waxes worse and worse. And it's for the purpose so that we're not condemned with the rest of the world, meaning we're not judged with them. Let me get this in the Old Testament. What am I thinking of? I want Zephaniah. No, I don't. I want Zechariah. Zechariah 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. That land is talking about America, Babylon the Great. 2 parts are referring to 2/3 of the nation of Israel. 2 parts or 2/3 therein shall be cut off and die. But the third, meaning the 1/3, shall be left therein. Left therein meaning preserved. And I will bring the third, that 1/3, the elect, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. Now, of course, you can break this down from the actual standpoint of being delivered and saved when the nuclear missiles come, and our spirits being translated through the fire into the chariots, into that new body. But physically, before that happens, the Lord is going to put the elect, that 1/3, through this refining process. He's going to refine us as silver and try us as gold is tried. And when that happens, it says, they shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is my power, or is my God. So while we're being chastened, it's also a refining process. It's a refining process, and our minds and our spirits are being made pure. That's why it talks about concerning the 144,000 in the book of Revelation. They were found as virgins, meaning their minds were pure. Their minds were, what's the one specific word I'm thinking of? They were found as chaste virgins, I believe is what it says. Basically, a chaste virgin is just a woman who's very clean. She hasn't been touched. She's pure, right? And that's concerning our minds. No other doctrines came in and we all of a sudden, whoa, let me just see what that's about. No, nothing. but just in general concerning the entire elect, the 1/3 here in America, and the all of the elect around the globe, our minds are going to only be focused on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and his will. And that's that refining process. What do I need to do right now to ensure my salvation? Do I need to pray more? Do I need to fast? Do I need to read more? Right? How can I make sure that there's a reserved seat for me in a chariot? Well, if you're a part of the elect, the Lord is going to make sure that happens for you regardless, right? But that's still a proper mindset to have. We're going to be refined before, we're going to be refined and brought through this fiery chastisement before we're brought through the actual fire to receive salvation. Anyway, rambling. Let me grab one more precept. Let me grab this one. Because we're gonna be getting better. Let me see. Yeah, 2 Ezra 6, verses 27 and 28. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared. So we're going to win no matter what. If we're a part of the elect, we're going to win because Yahushua made sure that we have the victory. It's over, it's done. Faith is flourishing in this time right now through the elect. We're not competing with Esau, Edom right now. There ain't no competition. There's no competition with none of these other nations, especially not the 2/3. All we have to do is keep hoping, keep fighting, keep believing, and strive for the truth unto death. If we do that, the Lord is going to fight for us. So just remember the things that you're going through right now is for the purpose of you being refined. It's for the purpose of you not being condemned with the world. It may not feel good now, but there is a method to the madness. I'm going to put it like that. It's all for a reason. And that reason is to ensure you're safe during Jacob's trouble and for your salvation. So Lord's will, this was edifying to the elect. Kol Haloyim Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rachakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.